I'm Jess, and the holiday season is just around the corner, which means families and friends get together, reconnecting with people you haven't seen in a while, and with those reconnections and those get-togethers, sometimes there's just one person or maybe a couple that's a little more difficult to deal with than others. Whenever you say holiday and difficult person in the same sentence, I always have this one person pop into my head. And they love control. They also always think that they're right. No one else can also be right. So they are right and everyone else is wrong, no matter what the case is. There was one time a couple years ago where I was educated in a very condescending way how I am wrong for not buying my spices in bulk. I wish I was kidding. So, today's practice is going to be all about helping you deal with those difficult people. To get started, we are going to go over 7 ways to help you deal with these difficult people. We are going to have a short practice and then a little bit of an EFT tapping session at the end. So, while I go over these 7 ways, I want you to take your hands on your knees and just start rocking, either from side to side, forward and back, just getting out any anxious, excess energy that you might have. And the first way, when you encounter these people, the first thing is don't try changing them. If it's who they are, if it's ingrained in them, then logic rarely works. So don't try changing them. The second thing to keep in mind is to practice self-care before you go into a situation with them there, which is why you're here. The third thing, is to have a clear plan of action and practice it. So have a strategy, escape routes, having an ally nearby, having subject changers in your mind that you practice beforehand, having conversation enders. Create a plan and practice it before you go into that situation. The fourth tip is to be mindful of how your body is reacting. So if it's anger or if it's anxiety that come up when you're around these people, know how your body reacts to that. Whether it's muscle tension, your chest is getting hot, maybe your palms are getting sweaty. Know your cues in your body, and then think of the best ways to help you lessen that. Fifth tip is to don't take it personally. Easier said than done, I know. Continue rocking if you stopped. We're almost there. The sixth tip is to stick to your boundaries. Create boundaries if you haven't already. Establish what's acceptable for yourself, what's acceptable for your own behavior and your reactions, and what you don't want to happen. And the seventh and final tip is to remember that you are loved. So visualize someone caring and loving you. It can help lessen the feeling of being triggered and lessen the anger that we may feel. So those are the 7 tips. I hope that they help you out if you encounter this person. And we are going to start our practice by standing. This one's a little silly, and I hope you like it. So make sure that our knees are bendy. Don't lock them out. And this is called the Yogi Cha-Cha. So first, imagine that your arms are noodles. And we're just going to shake them around. You can be as big or as small as you like here. Eyes can be open or closed. Please do this with a smile on your face. And after our arms are a little loose, we're going to put a little bend in our knees, making this a whole body movement. And as we turn to the left, we're going to throw our arms down, pick up your right heel. And then turn to the right, throw your arms down, pick up your left heel. And we're going to continue doing this from side to side. And as you exhale, you're going to cha, 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 cha. Continue doing this, shaking off all of your negative energy, anything that we don't want or we don't need, just throwing it off, shaking it out, letting it go. Couple more seconds here. making this as big and as silly as you want. Cha, 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 cha. A little bit longer. Cha, 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 cha. And relax. Shake it out a little bit more, and we'll come to the top of our mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, gaze up at your thumbs if it feels good. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. Plant your palms to your mat. Step back into plank pose, or lower your knees. Lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale, rise up to cobra with forearms, or on palms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, shift through tabletop, tuck your toes. Hips come up and back, down dog. Walk your dog, lift up one heel, then the next. Lift up both, plant them down. Invite in any movement here that feels good for you. This is your practice, your preparation for whatever you have going on. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat, and slowly walk to the very front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, taking the round out of your spine. Exhale, fold. With bent knees, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And one more time, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, place your palms to your mat. Step back into plank or modified plank. And lower all the way to your mat or through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, make your way to down dog. Bend into both knees. Inhale, right leg up high, three-leg dog. Exhale, plant your right foot next to your right thumb. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Squeeze your thighs together. As you inhale, rise all the way up. Crescent lunge. Shoulders away from your ears. Deep breath in, get a little bit taller, straighten your front leg. As you exhale, we're going to sweep our arms behind you. Stick your tongue out for lion's breath. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, stick your tongue out, lion's breath. Two more times. Last time, make it as big as you can. Inhale, rise. Exhale, plant your palms to your mat. Step back into plank or modified plank. Lower all the way to your mat or through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bend into both knees. Inhale, left leg up high, three-leg dog. Exhale, plant your left foot next to your left thumb. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Squeeze your thighs together as you inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Find your pose here, your stability. Inhale, rise up, straighten your front leg. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, let it out. Any of our negative energy, let it go. Past resentments, grudges, release. Two more times. Last time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, plant your palms down, step back, plank or modified plank. Lower all the way to your mat. Inhale, rise, cobra or sphinx. Exhale, gaze out over your right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, gaze out over your left shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, come down to your mat. Inhale, shift through tabletop. Tuck your toes. Exhale, let's come up and back, down dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Slowly walk or hop to the very front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, taking the round out of your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, with a bend in your knees, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, take your hands down. Bend into your knees, sink your hips back into our chair pose, knees behind toes. And hands will be at chest center. So this next one, maybe rock forward and back, finding your balance here. And we're gonna go slow to start. Find your balance in your left leg. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, press your left foot into your mat as your arms come down, right knee, right armpit. Inhale, squat, same leg, press into your left foot, right knee, right armpit. Inhale, squat, exhale, right knee, armpit. Continue this. As you exhale, let it out. Get really animated with your arms here, let it all go. 2 more times. Last one. Back into our squats. Good. This time, find your balance in your right leg. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, press your right foot into your mat. Left knee to armpit. Inhale, squat. Exhale, left knee, armpit. Inhale, squat. Make it really big. Throw out anything that we're still holding on to. Release any excess energy. One more. Back into our squat. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. And let's bring our feet a little bit wider here. Bend into your knees, hands on your hips. And fold forward, hinge at your hips. Take your hands down to the floor of the mat. And bring in some movement here. Bend into one knee, then the other knee. Releasing any tension from your jaws. And then start to sweep your hands. They can be on the floor or hovering. Maybe imagining like we're running them through water or we're finger painting. Maybe close your eyes and just let your body move in a way that feels good. And then we'll slowly start to bring ourselves up and up. All the way to standing. Reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, bend your knees, hinge at your hips, fold forward. One more time. Sweeping from side to side. Slowly moving up. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, release. Come back to the top of your mats. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward. Step back into tabletop. Inhale, your left arm up high, opening up your chest. Exhale, thread the needle, hovering your arm in between your wrist and your knee. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open. This time, exhale, thread it all the way through. Either stay here with your left hand on the floor or come all the way down onto your left ear. Finding a stretch in the back of our shoulder blades, playing around with your right hands, perhaps walking it towards the top of the mat or behind the back. We'll take 5 deep breaths. If you're in a bind, go ahead and release your binds. Press into your right hand as you inhale, left arm up high. Exhale, back down to your mat. Inhale, right arm up high. Exhale, thread your right arm through and hover it. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread it through and hover. Inhale, open. And this time, exhale, thread all the way through. Find your range of motion. 5 deep breaths. If you're in a bind, release your bind. Take your left hand to the floor. Inhale, right arm up high. Exhale, release down to your mat. Walk your hands out just a little bit further. As you exhale, melt your chest into your mats and bring your forehead down into our mountain heart pose. We'll take a few deep breaths here. In through the nose and exhale out of your mouth. Inhale, slowly press into your palms or forearms to rise up. We're going to bring our big toes to touch. Knees can be close together or wide. Sink your hips back towards your heels for child's pose. Arms can be lengthened out. Or in prayer pose behind your necks. And I will encourage you to have your forehead resting on something, whether it's your mat or a block. And invite in gentle movement, rocking your head from side to side. And walk your hands all the way over to the right side. Maybe take left hand on top of the right, breathing into your left side body. And inhale, walk your hands all the way over to the left. Inhale, walk your hands back to center, and we'll take about 3 more breaths here. Rock your forehead slowly and gently from side to side. Inhale, begin walking your hands back towards you. And we'll sweep our ankles around. And with as little effort as possible, we're going to lie on our mats. Bring your knees to your chest if that feels good for a big hug. And we'll take your left leg long. Exhale. Gently take your right knee over to the left. Right arm can come out, elbow straight or bend to the elbow. Inhale, bring your right knee back to center, left knee follows, another big hug. Right leg comes out straight, and left knee over to the right side. Straightening left arm out. Take your left knee back to center, right knee follows. Give yourself another big hug. And then bring your legs straight long, open up your arms. Imagine opening up your chest, your heart. Find a comfortable place and we'll rest here a few moments in our Shavasana. With our chest open, imagining leading with your heart this holiday season. With our actions and our words, leading with kindness and love. Honoring ourselves and others in the process. Deep breath in. Exhale, sigh your breath out. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Stretch through your fingers and your toes. Bring your knees to your chest for one more hug. Rock from side to side. And forward and back a few times. All the way up to a seat. I am not certified in EFT or tapping, but I hope that some of you can utilize my own version of this. We are going to tap various points, and I will say different mantras that we can use to help prepare us for this holiday season or an event that we have coming up. So we're going to start out kind of like a karate chop, touching the sides of our palms, going back and forth. And you're going to say, even though and you can put in a feeling, an emotion there, an action if your palms get sweaty. So even though I get frustrated, irritated, or anxious, or my stomach hurts, I will not let it fuck with my good vibes. Tap your head. Even though I get frustrated, irritated, my stomach hurts, my shoulders tense, I will not let it fuck with my good vibes. Tap the sides of the eyes. Even though I get frustrated, I will not let it fuck with my good vibes. Tap under the eyes. Even though I get anxious, I get irritated, I will not let it fuck with my good vibes. Under the nose. Even though I get frustrated, irritated, anxious, I will not let it fuck with my good vibes. Under the chin. Even though I get irritated, anxious, I will not let it fuck with my good vibes. Collarbones. Even though I get irritated, I will not let it fuck with my good vibes. Under the sides of the ribs here, even though I get irritated or anxious, I will not let it fuck with my good vibes. 2 more times. We're going to do the karate chop again. Even though I get frustrated, I will have a good time and enjoy myself. Tap the head. Even though I get anxious, I will have a good time and enjoy myself. The sides of the eyes. Even though I do not like this person, I will honor and respect myself, my values, boundaries, and if need be, politely tell them to fuck off. Under the eyes. Even though I do not like this person, I will honor and respect myself, my values, boundaries, and if need be, politely tell them to fuck off. Under the nose. Even though I get anxious, I will have a good time and enjoy myself. Under the chin. Even though I get anxious, I will have a good time and enjoy myself. Collarbones. Even though I do not like this person, I will honor and respect myself, my values, boundaries, and if need be, politely tell them to fuck off. Under the ribs. And one more, going back to that karate chop. Even if I get stressed or my body goes into fight or flight mode, I understand, love, and forgive myself. Top of the head. Even if I get stressed, my body goes into fight or flight mode, I understand, love, and forgive myself. Sides of the eyes. Even if I get stressed or my body goes into fight or flight mode, I understand, love, and forgive myself. Under the eyes. Under the nose. Under the mouth, on the chin. Collarbones. and the sides of the ribs. Even if I get stressed or my body goes into fight or flight mode, I understand, love, and forgive myself. And release. Take a deep breath in through the nose, expand. Open up your mouth, exhale, let it out. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that some of this helps you throughout this holiday season, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.